Lashann just entered the 8th grade and was brought over by a gentleman who brought young athletes from the Bahamas over to help them get better educational opportunities and athletic opportunities. So my wife and I used to run this basketball training ministry in Houston, and he brought her into the workout.
As months went by, Lashann bonded with the Washington family over basketball and began spending the weekends with them.
Through the process of us getting to know her, she had a really, really bad dental emergency. And so we called her mother and I said, we want to take care of Lashann. As long as she's here at school in the States, we want to take care of her.
Being all the way from home, not really knowing a whole lot of people in a completely different country. I was kind of confused. Because, you know, like I said, I didn't really know anyone here, so I was like, why do they want me to come over all the time? I guess they like me.
Higgs continued to grow her relationship with the Washingtons, and her skills on the court grew day by day. By her freshman year of high school, she decided to join George at the University of Texas by committing to become a Longhorn. But shortly after that, she would face new adversity.
Going into her junior year, her mother was diagnosed with cervical cancer. It progressed really fast, and 2 days later, Lashann and I flew to the Bahamas.
I was a little nervous at first. I was like, okay, yeah, it's just something we have to prepare for and just buckle down.
The trip to the Bahamas was a huge turning point in our relationship. She understood that I really cared. And her mom said, it's okay, these people are okay for you to care about. And it was good for me because I had the opportunity to have her mom's blessing. And so the week after she passed, we adopted Lashann and became her parents.
It happened so quickly. So I feel like there's a lot of mixed emotions at the time, dealing with my mother being sick and then dealing with the death of her. So it didn't really give me a time or a chance at that moment to really know what I was feeling.
With her mom's blessing, Lashann embraced her new family and a new opportunity at the University of Texas. Coming in as a McDonald's All-American and the #7 overall recruit in the country, Lashann spent her first 3 years as a Longhorn, proving to be a real threat with her quickness and ability to shoot the ball. But in her senior year, Higgs would face more adversity with a season-ending ACL injury.
You couldn't have felt any worse for a young lady when she went down last year in Florida.
It took everything in me to not break down crying. It was a really heartbreaking moment because I know how much work she had put in the summer to have a great senior year. She had this whole plan and this vision of what she was going to do for the team.
I was expecting to try and be the person that my teammates can depend on, but you never know when it could be your last game that year, or you never know if that could be your last game ever. So it was just a matter of trying to stay in a mental, healthy, and positive space and try to get back to my old self, or even better, as quickly as possible.
She was blessed with just a tremendous athletic body, and probably the biggest setback was relearning how to move again. But she was able to focus on the positive because she had to continue to play and continue to fight because, her journey wasn't over.
Lashann is back.
Lashann Higgs puts up a beautiful shot.
Lashann just so incredibly fast. It's hard to stop her. You cannot give her an inch because she can slide right through it.
They leave Higgs alone on the other end, and she makes them pay.
She's bouncing back, and her game has just skyrocketed.
Lashawn is just resilient. She battled back from an injury, and she's still unstoppable. She is what I can describe like a motor. She's just that overall great basketball player.
We always tell her that she's different from everyone else. She's very special because she does things that no one else can do.
From where Lashann was her freshman year to how she is now, she was a very meek, very quiet young lady who wasn't sure of herself, and now she is a very confident young woman who has a degree from the University of Texas, who's an accomplished basketball player and has a future for herself and for her family. I'm gonna miss her when she leaves, but I am so proud of her.